Yo! Ha! All right, we made it. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Friday live stream. I just realized I haven't done anything with this camera. I haven't checked anything. Okay. Whew. If it looks a little different, it's because I have shifted everything out from the wall. So now I don't bump into stuff back. Hold on. That being said, oh yeah, I got to get the banner off, don't I? See? Hold on. Let's see if I can do this. See, I haven't done this in forever. Of course, I would forget on a good day. Just before we went on the air, I was reaching back for something here, and I bumped the sign, and it's so precariously placed on the wall, and I don't even know if you ever see what this sign is, but it just started hanging down on one side. I was like, just pull it off and show them. But have you ever seen? This is my Shiner sign. I love Shiner. Look, I never make a good weatherman. Look at that, and then see how it's all sticky because there was stuff hanging off of it, and it's just a mess because I'm a mess. And this whole setup is a mess, but I did pull it out from the wall so that now I can be demonstrative without fear. I can't obviously reach back without fear, but we've been doing a little rearranging. So I'm sorry I haven't been live very much. It's been fresh episodes. It's been hot, new, fresh content. It's just that they haven't been live with the interaction that I enjoy having with you every time we do something here and we gather. They have been new, atmshow.com. I was about to point to the sign, but that's not. Well, I mean, they're there too. youtube.com/at the Mike Show. Yeah, you can go to either place. Everything's there. atmshow.com has links to the Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. But the YouTube is right there at the Mike Show. Okay. So much to get to because I haven't seen you in forever. Because you remember I was in Atlanta last week. That was. Maybe it's the title of a movie, 18 Hours in Atlanta. So I had to get out there for my uncle's funeral. Beautiful service, by the way. Beautiful service. And thankfully, it was streaming from the funeral home. So Nana, my uncle's mom, 101 years old here in Texas, she was able to watch it online. So, I mean, you got to love technology. You want to talk about how technology has changed in her life and her 101 years on this planet. My goodness. Okay, so my apologies for the lack of live shows lately, but there is an exciting programming note coming up in just a little bit. I want to explain something you need to be prepared for. So like I said in the chat before we got started here, grab a pen and paper or get ready to text yourself or whatever reminder you need. Okay, so you got to go to a store. Jonathan's got to go to the store for a pen. Oh, Ricky, what's up, bro? He's asking me if I was in Atlanta. Oh, brother, if I were there for more than 18, Ricky, that's one of my childhood friends there. In fact, Ricky, stick around because I had a dream that involved a mutual friend of ours that we grew up with. Hold on. Oh, there's so much here. Holy crap, y'all. I'll get to it all. But Ricky, please don't be offended. I was in Atlanta. I flew into the airport. I got the rental car. I drove to the funeral. I drove from the funeral to the gravesite, from the gravesite back to the airport and back home. I assure you. The only people outside of the funeral that saw me, I stopped at a Crystal. I had to have Crystal when I was in Atlanta. So I did that. And that was actually fun. Okay, timeout. I'm white, so I guess I'm not allowed to enjoy the movie Barbershop, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. That's what it was like at this Crystal in College Park, Georgia, right near the airport. Just a bunch of black dudes, old timers hanging out in the Crystal. It was awesome. And I just sat there right next to them. They let me eavesdrop. We had some back and forth, and it was absolutely awesome. It was like experiencing the Barbershop movie. And I would have tweeted about it, but I was charging my phone behind the counter because the nice lady at the Crystal, my battery was dead. Anyway, it was plugged in back there. Anyway, TMI, I know. Anyway, so if you weren't at the Crystal in College Park, Georgia on Friday, and you're not in my family at the funeral, you didn't see me in Atlanta. Sorry, Ricky. Let's see. I wrote some illegible notes to myself here. Yeah, Yeah, definitely not going to be able to read. Oh yeah, yeah, yes. I wanted to show you this picture. Woo, woo, I was just about to pull away from that note, and then I said, "No, wait, that says construction." That reminded me. I got to show you. That's what the backyard looks like right now. We're building uh, uh, the extra wing there with the. Let's see, we got the. Can you see the cursor? Can you see the mouse there? That's one cool thing. I think I haven't put it to the test yet. I can kind of see the chat a little bit better, maybe if I can scoot the other computer over. If I scoot it over anymore, it's going to unplug the main computer from the wall. Anyway, can you see the cursor? I really have no idea if you can or not. Shoot. Well, anyway, off to the left there, that's going to be the bedroom there, and then bathroom, and there's like the living area, and then it's going to connect to our living room here. And then what you can't see off to the right is where a giant TV is going to be, where I watch football. Now, if the construction had been done on time at the end of August, which you can see by that picture is not going to happen, could have watched the entire season out there. Now I'm going to need the Falcons to make the playoffs to be able to watch them this season back there. So clearly that's not happening. I'll be seeing the 2027 Falcons games back there. They lost their best defensive player for the season in camp 2 days ago. So that's cool. Let's see here. What else do I have for you? More stuff that I can't. The preseason started last night. The NFL preseason. Sorry to all the wives and girlfriends who have now. They can see the football season cresting over the mountaintop, and here comes trouble. Here comes your man being distracted for the next 6 months. So there you go. Let's see. I guess I should probably tell you all this dream before I get into some gifts. You guys are the best gift givers. Thank you so much. Okay, my dream that I teased, and this is, I had to write this. I actually didn't write this down. I actually texted this to myself, but then I transcribed it. Here we go. So that was such a vivid dream, and can I just say, Greg Abbott, I think he's faking it. I think dude can walk, because in my dream he was standing up just fine at the debate. It was a debate for governor. I never saw his opponent, who was some chick whose last name I can't pronounce. Some Hispanic chick, and she's only 1 point back. And Abbott better watch himself, because there's a lot of people on the right that are not pleased with that guy. But he was standing up at the debate, huh? And there were 3 moderators for this debate between Greg Abbott and Miss Hilaroso. I don't know. I'm not even bothered to look it up. Anyway, and the moderators were yours truly, sitting right here, and then Megyn Kelly was right there. And then my childhood friend, Ben Payne. Huh, Ricky? You hear that? So Benji's down here at the end. And then we're asking them questions. I don't remember any of the questions except for me asking Greg Abbott. And then right when I asked this question, he was getting ready to answer. Remember, he's standing up. He's like leaning on the podium. Faker. Anyway, I woke up. So I don't even know what his response was. And my question was, why do you keep running for governor? There's no term limits in Texas. He's been governor since 2014. This is his 4th election. It's like, you got something else you could do? Maybe. I don't know. Anything else? And I'm not for term limits. As you will see on the upcoming Make the Case Monday at atmshow.com. I make the case that there should not be term limits. I feel like the only person, am I the only person who has that take? Oh, wait, well, I sip some water, which we're not sticking with water today. That's for damn sure. What a week. Holy crap. I'm so. Oh. It has been a week, kids. 28-3. That's good. That's really good. Let's see. Yeah, somebody look up hold on a second. Yeah, somebody look up the name of the chick that's running against Abbott. But she packages her commercials where she's going to get votes just off of packaging and being ambiguous enough with what she's saying. Has a federal judge ruled that Keith's East Wing has to be approved by Congress? And that's part of the problem, was the delay on multiple levels, by the way. Multiple levels, whether it was the HOA situation, the city sending out the inspector, it failing the plumbing inspection, the city having to send out the inspector again, and it failing a second plumbing inspection. But the third time was a charm. But if you're looking here, that house you see behind the fence there, that's Jerry. Look at how much space is between. I mean, come on, dude, relax. Anyway, so there you go. That's I hope he's been enjoying the interesting music. It's an eclectic group. I think each construction guy gets to pick each day who's in charge of the speaker back there. Oh, I should probably tweet this out. Give me just a moment. Well, I had it ready to go, and then I must have prematurely closed the tab. Shoot. Well, that stinks. And all you who tuned in for the dream that I had about Megyn Kelly are like, what the hell? That's it, bro? That's all you got for me? I never watch your show on Fridays, Keith. And I tuned in today specifically to hear your dream that involved Megyn Kelly. And that was it. That was it. How pissed are you, huh? Thanks for clicking, suckers. No, that's what it was. And it was very intense. Like it was a debate. The end. What's her name? Let me see here. Okay. Abbott can't find work. He can do in a wheelchair. What is the chick's name? I don't know. Who cares? Okay, gift time. You guys are the greatest gift givers. And Steven Stoneman, I should have brought up some. Oh, you know what? You can't see this, can you? Nope. Yeah, there it is. See that? See that door? That's a new refrigerator. So new. I'm getting to that age where I'm going to leave the tape on. I'm just going to leave the tape, the protective coating on, It's just like, whatever. I don't have time. I don't really care. Who am I trying to impress? Seriously. As I'm saying that, though, I'm actively peeling off the plastic. I'm talking about how I don't care about peeling off the plastic, and now my OCD is like, peel off the plastic. They can wait. Make the audience wait while you peel off the plastic. It might be kind of cool if I just pull back this massive coating. Can you hear that? Oh, that's a satisfying thing. Oh, yeah. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Here. Am I that weak? It's just part of it. It's not like you were thinking it was going to be this massive. It's just kind of like this little ribbon worth of. Oh, there's another one. Well, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Like, too late. So, I can now put Steven Stoneman's beers that he sends me, and they'll be right here within reach. In fact, it's got a little freezer. I'll have ice cube. I can reach the freezer from right here now, huh? Oh yeah, it's not plugged in yet though. So, but I did bring ice up here, which is actually a good segue because Steven Stoneman sent me stickers. He sends me lots of stickers. I like this one, and this is what I wanted to show you. See this? You make these cups. This thing stays on really well. Yeah, George, we would have been stacking bodies by now. I don't doubt it. But you can make you can turn just a plain. You know how they want to pay. They want you to pay extra to like engrave it or get it personalized. Buy yourself a blank canvas here. Get one of these high quality stickers, and you got yourself a personalized cup like this one right here from Steven. Look at that. Get in, loser. We're crossing the Delaware. I like my coffee in my tea. I got to read this in order. I like my coffee black and my tea in the harbor. There it is. That's good stuff. And that's exactly right. So there you go. Thank you, Steven Stoneman. But got some ice here because I have to imbibe. There we go. I'm not going to have to transport ice once the power strip that I ordered gets here, which didn't get here in time for the show. Either did the lamp that is supposed to go right here, and because that's what you need. You need to be able to see my ugly face even better. Hang on. I got another fun gift here. Mary Carruthers, who said in the chat that she's still traveling right now. So be safe out there. So you remember Muffer Squish designed, honestly, this is the greatest pick. In fact, let me just do this right here. Hang on. This will be more fun this way, I think. So Muffer Squish designed a new banner for me that is at the top of my X profile. You see that there? All right, there's me. I could see Winnie absolutely smoking a cigar. That is her personality. Like just today, walking in from the mail, I just nudged her little backside with like my toe, just like keep walking, girl. She turned around, she was ready to throw down with me. And then of course Tanner would have the little visor. He'd be in charge of the money, and then of course Matilda would be distracted by a sock. But anyway, so that's really cool. She did such a great job with that. And so Mary made me a mouse pad. I'm telling you, you guys are the greatest gift givers, and I'm putting it right here, and it will be used every day, right here. Just move this out of the way. Put the mouse right there. Look at that, huh? That's a hell of a gift. So thank you so much. Now, bought myself a gift. Okay. We nerding out right now. This book, my favorite book, I've talked about it. It's the History of the U.S. Congress, printed in like 1888, and it's 100, years of debate, transcript. I said that out loud. My favorite book. Yes, it's a book from the 1880s, and it features transcripts from the United States Congress. Yes, and debates of sorts. Anyway, and it's true. Well, I just ordered myself a book that was printed in 1882. It's the life and work of James Abram Garfield. Huh? The man who we were robbed, America. We were robbed by a crazy guy who took Garfield away from us barely into his presidency. He was president for right at less than 4 months before he got shot, and then spent the last 2.5 months of his life in bed, while idiots like the Dr. Fauci of the time, a Dr. Bliss, killed the man, not the bullet. And his arrogance. Does that sound familiar with any doctors? Is why Garfield died, and how germs were spread and infection resulted. And it was completely avoidable, but he just didn't believe other doctors about germs. And his name, one doctor that was a pioneer was Dr. Lister. Heard of Listerine? Anyway, so there you go. I've got a nice book from 1882. I cannot wait to read. And I've always thought Garfield was great on the limited knowledge that I had of him. And then Steve Friend, while I was driving around the country, he's like, bro, you gotta read this book. And it was Destiny of the Republic, and it's such a good book, and I would highly recommend it. But Steve Friend and I are going to do a show about James Garfield. Oh, like I said, we're going to be nerding out. Speaking of Steve Friend, this is the important programming note I need to make you aware of. So, a week from Monday, August 17th. A week from Monday, August 17th at 7 a.m. Eastern, me and Steve Friend, not I and Steve Friend, me and Steve Friend, I haven't even opened the Buffalo Trace, bro. Time to get that going. Okay, so there will be live Steve and Keith, or Keith and Steve, or whatever. I really don't care. We're going to be live together doing a morning show, 7 a.m. Eastern on Monday, August 17th. Pat is going to be out that week, so I am going to be doing a live show with Steve. So buckle up. 7 a.m. Eastern. I don't know exactly where. I mean, it should be available on my X feed at Keith Malinak. Maybe on YouTube. I'm not sure yet. I'm just not sure. Steve and I have to work out all of the technical details, but it'll be fun. And I hope you'll join us for some live. We'll do current events. We'll play stuff in the news, clips, and comment, and all that good stuff. Anyway, so that's coming up week of August 17th, Monday through Friday. So I hope you will tune in for that. Let's see here. To answer an earlier question, I'm not getting the sense that Norks are going to be here today. I'm sorry. The estrogen is not going to be a part of today's show. Brad will not be a part of today's show. But you know who will be? Me and this buffalo here. So that'll be fun, right? I'm sorry, Mandalorian Patriot. Oh, there goes a viewer. Click. I got some good stuff for you, though, bro. It's cool. I'm sorry that I can't help you here. I'm sorry. Okay, let me see. What video was this I want to play? Oh, my goodness. Okay, so hold on. You know what? I wasn't going to play this, but this is the tab that came up since I mentioned the buffalo thing. Have y'all seen this video? What is that? Now, I've already ruined it. I said buffalo, bison, whatever. It looks like I don't know what it looks. It looks like a Bigfoot is walking toward you, right? And then it gets. Wait a minute. Now, there's no AI disclaimer on this. But it's got to be, right? Because, this car is on the wrong side of the road. Not that matters if a bison... Look, when you're headed through Yellowstone, you go to where the bison aren't. Come on, I don't know what to believe anymore. No, that's fake. Never mind, y'all. Yeah, that's fake. Sorry. Yeah, that's fake. But I like how it goes. Oh, all right. You know what? Look at the feet this time. Damn it. Oh, I love how it restarts. I'm sorry, I'm too much of a perfectionist there, and I would require a clean edit on that. But see, that's kind of cool with the cracks in the pavement. But look at the feet are they're just hovering like a... Come on, that's not real, right? There's no disclaimer, though. See? So I don't know what to believe. Tell me what to believe, damn you! That looks fake now that you put it. Yeah, right. And is he going to give a grunt right when he walks by? Now I'm pissed I played it. I didn't get a close enough look at it before I opened the tab. Now I'm pissed. And I'm sorry. If you're pissed too, I don't blame you. Hold on. I have to pause for a second. I have a response to my fantasy football trade offer. Oh, no, it's just breaking news. Trying to get a receiver in time for... Never mind. Let me see here. What did I want to play for you? This is going to be a problem. As I have this new setup, I got to figure out the it's not feng shui, right? What is it? The workflow? Is it feng shui? Is it the yin and yang? Is it? No. There's something. The flow isn't, like, the papers aren't where I want them. I don't know what to do. It's like, what do I do with my hands? R.I.P. Doc Thompson. I don't know what to do here. So one of the things that you'll find at youtube.com/at the Mike Show, you'll find 120, I don't know, videos of me just driving around the country and stopping at great historic places. And in hindsight, I wish I had talked to more people. There were some good people out there. And this video made me think of the good people that I crossed paths with. Here, yeah, okay. So these guys, I guess if this is California, and I think it is, I can't believe these guys aren't ticketed and cited, get some sort of penalty or fine or hauled off to prison for hard labor. I don't know where this is. That doesn't look like California, does it? Back there. Anyway, so we've got a couple of surfers, and I've told y'all how two surfers saved my life out in the Pacific Ocean when I was in like 6th grade, and I was floating away. I was on the wrong side of the jetty on a boogie board, and there was nothing between me and Japan, bro. I was just, there it is. And so a couple of surfers just popped out of nowhere like angels and dragged me to the other side. Here you go, little dude, kind of like the turtle. No, not Mitch McConnell, the one from Finding Nemo. Anyway, but these guys are surfers, and I guess they do this on a regular basis. Have y'all seen this? I am fascinated by this, and I have just one complaint, and you'll see in a second. But this is so cool. There's a flooded creek next to the ocean.
I think you got it, buddy.
You dig with your shovel.
Okay. He's doing the little micro shovel.
All right, so this water is all pulled up there, and if you've already seen this, my apologies, but
Do the hand one.
All right, so they're trying to release the dam basically, and get this water into the ocean. It's pretty gross though. It's pretty nasty. That is nasty. I don't know where this is. Uh-oh. So he already dug the trench, see? Gotta let gravity do its thing. I bet this would pass a plumbing inspection. All right, so they begin to dig and encourage the water to keep moving. And that's where it's trying to get it. They're trying to get it out there. See that? I mean, engineering, man. Huh? Stuff I can't do, that's for sure. Look at this. Okay.
Uh-oh, pile up.
Pile up. Yeah, we got debris. Debris out here on the 405. But it's working it. It's working its way. See
that by the fans. We gotta see it reach the water. But we don't see it.
I mean, this is awesome. Okay. All right. We're getting more. We're digging more. And my only complaint is that there's going to be a quick edit here. I wish we could have seen more. Why, Keith? You're just fast forwarding through it anyway. Oh, that's fair. You're also talking to yourself. Yeah, I'm flying solo today. That's what I do. Look at this, huh? These guys are cool. I need friends like this. This is awesome. You know what? Brad Staggs would have done something like this if you asked him to. Huh? Look at this. He's got toys. All right. So eventually we're going to keep digging.
Trash.
Yeah, they got the trash out.
Off the beach and washes into the creek.
Yeah, the trash, yeah.
We know that because there's a ton of flip-flops, ton of slides. And just from people walking across it and double.
Yeah, look at all that nasty stuff coming out. All right, so they eventually, that's where we go. See how they edited real fast? Look at this. Earlier. Look at that. The creek has been released. Is that not the coolest thing? I love it so much. Come on, tell me that's not awesome. It's awesome, Keith. Mm-hmm. Oh, you think was that Hawaii then? Born Genius. We do that at Waimea after a heavy rain. Did I pronounce that right? Waimea. That's not AI. Huh. Hold on. What am I missing here? Uh-oh. Hang on a second. Oh, Rebecca's apologizing. She can't be a part of today's show. Well, you have the link. That's all I'm saying. No, she's... oh, it's San Diego, you think? Okay. Yeah. No, I understand, Rebecca. We chatted earlier. I understand. Maybe next time. But what did she say here? Hold on. I got to read this with y'all. Bah-ha-ha, Crawfisk. Well, I'm exhausted and alone. Oh, yeah. Here we go. See? Oh. Oh, yeah. So, little baby girl Viking princess head-butted her mama. And so, that's what Rebecca's saying. If a dude hit you... me and this collective audience are going to need to know about that. So it better be the baby's fault. You know, you could just do audio only. Well, no, everybody wants to see you. Never mind, Rebecca. Anyway, feel better. I'm still trying to figure out the feng shui here, where my show prep goes. I don't know why it's bugging me right now, because normally it's back here, but now back here is that other computer. I guess I could put it up here, because I don't really do anything but look at this computer. Welcome to my mind. How you doing? Ooh, much more room up here than you thought, huh? Okay. What else I got here for you? Oh, yes. Okay. So I wanted to show you something. Well, I'm going to hold off on that. There was something in Pat Gray Overtime today Hillary Kennedy joined me. By the way, she couldn't join. She says she has a doctor. Her kid's got a doctor's appointment. Yeah. Yep. I know. And then I didn't think about it until, well, forget it. Bottom line is, I'm alone. Sorry. Okay. What did I want to tell y'all? But there's something from overtime. I want to get to that in a little bit. Let's see here. So this is where I would let Rebecca and Brad talk amongst themselves while I was like, maybe I'll do this here. I don't know. But, when I was on my trip, there was, is it Great Falls? It's something falls. Zealy and I went to these waterfalls in Virginia, right there in Metro DC. Beautiful, beautiful. It's just, it's ridiculous to think that this was in the metropolitan area of Washington, D.C. But we ended up at this the beautiful waterfall, and I'm trying to find it for you here. I'm not going to be able to find it on the fly. Okay, so it's a waterfall, and it's a national park, and then you go into the store, and I was trying to make a purchase, and the little dweeb behind the counter was like, "We don't take cash here." I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, what?" It says right here, it says for all debts, public and private. I mean, my own government's not taking the money it prints up.
Well, we're actually not a part of the government. We're a private organization that runs the gift shop here inside the national park store.
And the park ranger chick was kind of standing off in the background, not saying anything. Just that's how do we do things. Anyway, so I don't ask me the accent. I don't know. I was thinking this. Never mind. So I had to pay with a credit card, and I was a little pissed. And I'm just wondering if John Fetterman's ever going to ride to my rescue, because he's trying to make it a law, as if the money itself being tattooed with that isn't enough. But anyway, if you've ever been to national parks and seen an AI bison headed towards you, I mean, that'll scare the crap out of you for sure. But one of the things they tell you is make sure that there is no food left out. Just make sure, because bears, if they think there's food, if they smell it, they're coming after it. Wherever it is, they're going to make their way to it, and you're not going to stop them. And so I guess there was a Burger King bag. That's the thing. Shame on the lady for leaving a Burger King bag, even if it was just the trash left over. Because you don't leave. You want fast food in and out of your vehicle as quick as possible, and all of its remnants, or else the inside of your vehicle is going to reek for the foreseeable future. That's the reason you don't leave fast food remnants or anything like that in your vehicle overnight. So anyway, I guess a bear caught a whiff of I guess there was like an old Burger King bag or something in there, and according to the story, and this bear, I mean, he was going to get to it. He's going to find out what it was. Not AI, by the way. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Now, if you're listening, you're missing a treat, because the bear has now climbed. He's got all four paws on the side of the passenger door. He's going to make sure that he is inside that vehicle very soon. Oh, no. All I can hear right now in my head is, "We are farmers." Bum, 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 bum. Oh, no. Stop. I'll give you the bag, bro. Oh, come on. That's a Keith bear, right? If I were a bear, that's the mess I'd be making. Looking around. Look at him look around like, did the cops hear that? Is anybody coming? Oh, I hope he doesn't cut his little bear paws. Let's go, man. Careful. I hope it's worth it. If it's just an empty bag, he's going to be pissed. I love how he's in there now. He's just in there. Is he looking in the glove box? What's he doing? License and registration, please. It's in here somewhere, officer. Hang on. How long is this video? Oh, we don't get to see him exit the vehicle. Oh, yeah, we do. That's right. No, we don't. Just kidding. He's looking around. All right, let me catch up on. Hang on, I got to catch up on comments here. Hang on. So hold on, I've got a question. I think Tyler Morgan might be able to answer here. Just don't let me forget. Let's see. Hold on, I got to scroll around here. Look at you people, just actively chatting, and I love it. I'm not able to. I'm not able to catch up on everything here. Oh wow! All right. Fort Leonard Wood. I do have a question about Fort Leonard Wood in just a second. Isn't Fort Leonard Wood? Isn't that where Tyler? Okay, so Operation Midnight Hammer, right? We fly over to Iran, drop the bombs, and head home. I forget, and maybe it wasn't Operation Midnight Hammer, but I know that there's been bombing missions in the Middle East in the past where the American bombers took off from Missouri. Was it Fort Leonard Wood? And so then I'm going to ask a question once I get confirmation of that before I do my little follow up here. Let's see here. Okay, so my question is, I mean, that's great that our tax dollars can pay for jets that have that capability to keep us safe. That's awesome. Are we just showing off that we're flying it from the absolute interior of the country to go fly around the world and back? Like, if there's a fuel issue, or maybe you have to go around a storm, I know they look at that stuff ahead of time, whatever. Just for whatever reason, you need more fuel than allows you just to go that circumference. Can we not? Should we? Maybe, especially now that the Middle East has been such a problem for, I don't know, generations. Should the bombers be taking off like closer to the maybe East Coast or something? Or I just throwing it out there. Whiteman, thank you. But that's in Missouri. They're both in Missouri, right? Yeah. Okay. Yep. So I'm just curious. If we could make our bombers leave closer to the coast just to save, some fuel there. Just a thought. Yeah, we're just showing up. Yeah. All right. So Mary's home safely. That's good. That's awesome. I'm glad that you made it back. Okay. I think I have another bear video here for you. And by the way, if you've missed the shows, because like I said, maybe I haven't been live, but the shows have been new. So on Monday, remember atmshow.com is right there. You got the Make the Case Monday show, and thank you, Gabby, for staying on top of all this stuff. You're so awesome. The Teddy Roosevelt was one of our worst presidents. That's the little 10-minute show that I do every Monday, and that was this past Monday's. Also at atmshow.com, if you scroll down there, you see the throwback. Is the throwback on there? Yeah, with Party Foul Steve. Remember him from Chad Prather's show? That was our conversation we had 6 years ago. And on Wednesday, it's a wild card show. You literally don't know what you're going to get on the wild card Wednesday. And this Wednesday with Dr. Jen, we talked about, we discussed circumcision. Anyway, on Thursday, on the deep dive, no relation to the other, we had the conversation about getting rid of the IRS and eliminating the income tax in favor of the fair tax. If you missed yesterday's show, all these are available at atmshow.com. And of course, here's today's Friday live stream with me and you as my co-host. Let's see here. Oh, Diego Garcia. Yeah, that's a good place to launch bombers. Wait. Oh, no. Wait, see now. I apologize for not inviting you, Rebecca, to the show about penises. But Born Genius, thank you for the for giving some good shout out there for the circumcision show. Thank you. So there you go. Did I really? We should go back and count. I should ask Grok. Count how many times the word penis was said on the ATM show on Wednesday. Dr. Jen is awesome. She's going to be back to have a conversation about vaccines and We've already done the vaccine, childhood vaccine show with her. Now we've done the circumcision show, and coming up, we're gonna do a show about the COVID vax, and we're gonna also do if there's a connection between vaccines and autism show. So we have a couple more to do with her at least. So there you go. I have another bear video here. I want to show you. I should probably see. It's difficult to close these tabs, and then it takes me forever to go and find them. I wish. Okay, I've got to explain. I actually do love explaining behind the scenes stuff with y'all, because I would want that if I were watching a show, but also because it's just an excuse for my inability to deliver you a smooth, perfectly coherent show. But the way StreamYard is set up is I open up all the tabs that I want to use. Okay. But there's also, and that's only about, so I'm right now looking at about 40 tabs that are open. 20 probably are elements that I want to share on the show. And the other 20 are other things that I'm doing that I can't close because out of sight, out of mind. And the end. So when I go to bring you a video, I click on a little box that has just the words of the thing, and then there's a preview picture that comes up after I click on them. The problem is the order that they put them in. It's the latest thing that you clicked. So if I had to, before we went on the air, if I had to go and click on something work related or what have you over here, now everything's out of order, and so I'm just blindly scrolling through and babbling, and there's the video. Okay. Perhaps you saw this. I just love this. This guy is videoing behind him. This is in Alaska on a fishing tour boat, I believe. And just look at the grizzly poking his head out of the water. I mean, he's fishing too, bro. I love this. Uh-oh. Getting a little close. Uh-oh. Careful. Oh, never mind. He got his fish. He's good. You're just glad. If you're that guy, you're just grateful that dude caught a fish, or else he may be looking for you. But I have a feeling that there are plenty of encounters between humans and animals there that they're probably just so used to each other that this is just a routine day out on, the Alaska River or wherever this is. So I just think that is so cool. I love close encounters with animals in the wild, but I'll take the deer over the bear being that close. That's the thing. At Garden of the Gods in just south of Denver, and I almost said Fort Collins. I'm sorry, Colorado Springs. And that is a cool story on the history of that park and how it's completely free. It's a part of the city. The family left that land. It is so gorgeous. It's just these hiking trails around these incredible rock formations. And I've never seen deer so used to people anywhere. I mean, you walk right up to them and they're just staring at you like, yo, what up? You could touch them. I didn't. And I'm sure that plenty of people have, but don't feed them, blah, blah, blah. You know the deal. But they're right there. And they are so docile, and they don't care that you're there. And the end. Yeah. Anyway, so what now? If you see a polar bear, it's like in order. Yeah. Okay. Right. Guards of God. See, people are giving a shout out to, and it's free. And if the city tries to charge or something, I forget, then it goes back into the family or something. So yeah, that's kind of like the way it is in Charleston, I believe. They have the market. What is it? It's on King Street, I think. I don't know. Charlestonians, help me out here. There's it's basically a glorified flea market that runs down the middle of a street and has to be open every day. It can close on Christmas and New Year's maybe, and if they close it any other day, then it goes back to the family or something. I love little setups like that. That's fun. Let's see here. Oh, I got another animal video for you here. Hang on, where is it? Now this is not AI. Come on, you can tell when it's not AI, right? These are piglets, and they set up a little slide, a water slide into their nasty little tub there. See that? And see how the water, they got a water hose there. And it's got the cold water going. That is awesome. Come on. Yes. Look how they're all lined up like kids at a water park. They're taking turns. That's because it's AI, Keith. That's awesome. That is so. I love that. I love animals doing like people type stuff. Yeah. I mean, not to the point where it's creepy, but where it's kind of fun. That was cute. It was cute, right? Whoa, a moose. Wait, hold on a second. Hold the phone here. Hang on. A moose bit your sister. We need the backstory there. What happened there? Huh. All right. Well, tell her to be careful. Let's see here. Hold on. Sorry. See, the chat is different. The chat on this screen is different than the chat on this screen. The difference is the chats that pop up on this screen, I can't just like drag over to this screen. I have to scroll around and try to see where they landed because they're not in order on this screen. So I'm sorry. Gabby's got 4 more weeks until the baby comes. Anytime after next week. I should make a bunch of website requests of her, like right now. Just be like, this has to be done. You have to revamp the whole. She'd be like, not happening. Just looking here. Dr. Green Mom. Who's Dr. Green Mom? What is that? I'll need to be enlightened. Hey, there's some fun facts. There's that X account called Fact. Now I'll say they posted a fact once that was incorrect, that I knew was incorrect without even having to Google. And then I Googled it and confirmed. So, I mean, you know what? Disclaimer, at fact may or may not be factual. Okay. But it says when downloading this is a fact. When downloading a PDF, if it ends with .exe, delete it. It's probably a virus. Yeah, because that's executing an action on your computer. Do not click on a .exe. Yeah. I'd forgotten I'd printed that one up. It's been in the stack forever. Okay. Oh, here's a fact. Somebody fact check this. Somebody fact check at fact. About 159,635 people, 159,635 people will die on the same day as you. Happy Friday! A man. Now they've got facts about me popping up on their timeline. A man once survived on pizza alone for 25 years. His name? Keith Malinak. Now you know the rest of the story. I had pizza for lunch. Don't judge. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go ahead and put your guesses out here. Ready? The world's best-selling pizza chain so far in 2026. What do you think it is? Let's see. So I guess the most profitable pizza chain. What do you think it is? Bam, 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 bam. Okay, I'm not doing that. Okay, Marcos. We have a Marcos guest from Mandalorian Patriot. Thanks for sticking around, despite the fact there is no estrogen, and therefore no Norks. Mary Carruthers says it's Papa Murphy's. MD Crow says it's Papa John's. Now, Rebecca, she guesses Domino's. Is there a Domino's pizza over in wherever the hell you live, Sweden? I meant Norway. It came out, it sounded differently because of the communication lag between here and Europe. Do you remember the Noid? Why did I just think of the Noid? Right? No, it was Noid, right? Noid. Hold on, I kind of want to bring the microphone with me. Hang on. It's like I'm about to sing. This one goes out. I just want to lean back with my bad posture. Hang on. Any other guesses here? Let's see here. You got Domino's, okay, and it sucks, huh? All right. Little Caesars is Susan's guess. Alcohol, yeah, alcohol will turn Norway into Sweden. That's right. That's absolutely right. Mellow mushroom. Okay, remember the premise was the most profitable. The Noid was around when Pizza Hut was good. Oh, so it's been a while. Oh wait, hold on. I don't even want to click on this, Rebecca. I just saw the first two words. Here we go, kids. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. It keeps getting away from me. Nork's Pizza coming to a town near you. What a perfect name and competition to Hooters. Has anyone bought Norks.com yet? Because that originated here on this show. I don't know who said it first. I think Rebecca might have said it first. Unlike some shows, we're not going to fight over who said it first, but I'm just curious. I don't remember who said it first. I would like to know. Oh my gosh, look at this. How white trash is this? Seeing this? Seeing this windscreen? It got torn. I think it was like under a book or something, and I went to pull it out all lazy like, and I just like ripped it. Dumbass. Can you vote twice, Papa John's? I don't even remember what your first vote. Oh, Little Caesars was your first vote, right? Well, they're both wrong. So you were wrong twice, Susan. Sorry about that. My mind. Oh no! Sorry, I'm gonna have to. That's a good line, Born Genius. My microphone has been circumcised. Clearly, no. I have to constantly look over here because I have two. Can you call them mice pads now? Two mouse pads. I think it should be mice pads. I have two mice pads now, and so I'm constantly having to look now over here instead of just groping around and knowing which. Oh boy. The most profitable pizza chain so far in 2026 is apparently Domino's. I guess it's not the Norwegian Domino's, the Swedish Domino's. Wait, now it looks like I'm talking now. Now everybody thinks I'm talking into a penis. Come on now. All right, note to self: save up for a microphone that isn't shaped like a phallic symbol. Okay. Reading those words, Rebecca. Yeah, those. Reading them. Not. No, I'm not reading. I'm not. I'm keeping that to myself. Rebecca's comment. Stanley would love that. That's for sure. Is that a microphone in your hand? You know what? I have. No, I haven't. I thought I had misplaced the Stanley wig here. I haven't put this thing on in a while. I'm sorry. Stanley hasn't been here in a while. I don't even know why I said what I just said. That made no sense at all. Oh, goodness. The sunglasses. You know what? There are sunglasses that I just saw. You got to understand. This has been a wasteland for a while. And I'm gonna get to it. I have been getting to it slowly but surely. But it's kind of like you'll see something and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I got to get to that." And then like right now, it comes up and you're like, "Hey, I need that. I just saw that the other day." So there you go. Sorry, I could have. You know what? A real showman would have changed it in the phone booth over there before he came back. Oh my goodness! Now I'm pissed. Hang on, this isn't gonna match up. Hang on. I gotta set these aside here for just a second. We'll get to you later. Okay. Where's the? Here we go. Hang on a second. Where is Bradley? Oh, Brad! Where are you, sweetie? I seriously have to be able to see. Okay. This is gonna work. My goodness. Mike envy. Isn't that a fact? Oh my goodness, y'all, listen. I had no idea how blind I was until I took off my glasses for these things. I call these my super duper shades, but I can't see. Cannot see. Holy crap. I'm reaching for a printed up piece of show prep and I can't even read it. Hold on. Give me just 2 shakes. I'll be right back. Oh, this is fabulous. Listen to this. I actually love this professor for more reasons than one. No, seriously, you have to. I can barely see. I can't see through the hair. Ah, I need a ponytail holder or something. Where's my hat? Hang on a second. Help me. Go. It's impossible. I love this professor. And by the way, I hope the volume is good not only for my mic and for the videos, because for whatever reason, I cannot adjust volume today on the videos. It won't let me pull them down. I'll give you something to pull down. But this professor is awesome. I love this guy. Okay, AI is ruining us. I mean, the internet has already ruined us, and the human debris the intellectual debris that remains, AI is picking up and taking with it. All right, so it kind of cuts off at the beginning because I don't have TikTok. I don't have an account, and I'm not going to sit here and try to figure out how to cue it up. But he sets up the premise. Sorry. He sets up the premise. He has 35 students, and they have to take a term paper. And of the 35, he can prove that 32 of them used AI to write a long form answer on the paper. Check this out, and I hope you can hear it.
Two of my 35 students between 2 classes failed a portion of their midterm because they all used AI to generate their entire response. And apparently they didn't proofread it. Let me show y'all how I picked up on it. So this discussion post was a portion of my students' midterm, and if you look, looks normal, right?
Yeah.
But if you copy and paste this,
okay,
and look closely,
in
white ink, I placed the word Madagascar somewhere in the response in a way that makes no sense.
Yes!
But if you uncopy and paste it, you can't see it.
Oh, yes!
So if Madagascar was somewhere in my student's response in a way that did not make sense, I knew that they copied and pasted the entire thing and just threw it in AI. And oh my God. You would be amazed at the bizarre usage of the word Madagascar that I saw in these students' assignments.
Okay.
First and foremost, Madagascar has nothing to do with the Industrial Revolution. Second, it was more than obvious that they didn't even go back and reread these responses. So yeah, 32 out of 35 students failed a portion of their midterm, and that's how. So students, if you're going to use AI to generate the entire response, at least reread it. At least try to ensure that it makes a little bit of sense. Try to put it in your own words, something.
Right? That is awesome. I hope you could hear. If you're gonna add music to your videos, can we mix a little bit, please? I mean, I'm not exactly a production genius, but I want to be able to hear what you're saying. I also want my hat to stay on. Okay, good. Anyway, did everybody catch that? The Madagascar, he hit it in invisible text. And so when they copy and paste into AI, oh my gosh. I need to stop reading all the comments. Okay, where am I going now? Oh, what I got pissed about was apparently, I showed you the tape residue on the Shiner box sign before we started, and I was like, oh yeah, I had some things stuck to them and they fell off, and it's just a disaster. It was while the bare naked ladies were. It was like there was 60 seconds left before we went live, and it turned out to be Nanny was taped to a beer sign. Nothing but respect. That's Nana's mom, so shame on me. Actually, she would think that was hilarious. She had the most incredible sense of humor, and somebody else. the guy who was president when Nana was born, Calvin Coolidge. So those pictures I just noticed were on the ground after the debacle that was the Shiner sign falling. I'm sorry. Who's talking right now? Excuse me. There was just a disaster, and there was debris on the ground, and stuff was just everywhere. Glass was just shattered and whatnot, and so forth. Yep, I got wig hair in my mouth. That's right. Mm-hmm. Ugh. Oh, God help me. All right. The reason I'm still doing this bit is because I've been glancing around and I don't know where I put my glasses. So what's the frickin' point at this point? Did I tell y'all I do other shows at atmshow.com? I actually try to make serious cases for stuff. Oh my goodness. Some of the topics coming up. Whew. Okay. Just, you'll want to tune in. You'll want to subscribe to youtube.com/@the-Mike-Show and check out the Make the Case Monday. I try to keep those segments no longer than 10 minutes. And just little... Okay, this... Help me. Oh, hey! Found you. Now it's crooked. There we go. We good? No, we're not. Okay, I need to get back to the eye doctor, clearly. All right, what did I say? Oh, that's right. So, speaking of Make the Case Monday, coming up on the this Monday, so like 3 days from now, I should probably load that somewhere. Is the no term limits? Make the case against term limits. And then, David Brown is a Throwback Tuesday episode. He's the host of Business Wars, an excellent podcast. And I talked to him 6 years ago. And can I just say, honestly, this is just a question and an ask. What I don't understand is, I just don't understand this. When I did the original At the Mike Show, where I just sat down with people and spoke to them about their lives for about an hour or so, I never once solicited for a rating or a review. Give me 5 stars, blah, blah, blah. And there's like 200 plus on that old weekly show that I did, the original At the Mike Show. And thank you, because that's how the show gets discovered. And I am grateful for every single one of you and every moment that you give to all of the craziness that I put out there. What I would like to ask you to do is, wherever you listen to the show or watch the show, could you just give it a 5-star rating? Because it's like pulling teeth getting those for this one. So this one has like 20 or so. And I've been doing this show for, good Lord, almost 3 years now. The other one I did for 3 years. Yeah, I think it was right at 3 seasons, right? And that one had like over 200 5-star reviews, roughly, right? I think there were some people that hate me. But still, it's just like, if you could just click on the little 5-star, wherever you're watching this, my goodness, that would go a long way into helping other people discover it, and so on. Okay. I'm going to mix in and so on as much as I can the rest of the day, because Stanley is now programmed into my mind and stuff. On Wednesday, oh my goodness, I have not had this conversation yet, but I'm going to be, recording it on Monday, but it's going to play back Wednesday. It's fresh episode, just not live. Sorry. I was going to do it live, but look, you got to work with people's schedules, you know. There was this incredible post that I read on X recently. I was like, this guy's awesome. And I looked at his profile, and he just started a podcast. And I want to introduce you to this history podcast. And I'm going to talk with him. That's going to be the Wednesday Wildcard Show. That is going to be fun. He is so good. And I am learning so much about early America. I thought I knew a lot about early American history. This dude is teaching me stuff in his little 10-minute shows that I can't wait for you to meet him. and learn all about his podcast. We'll do that on Wednesday. On Thursday, the deep dive is going to feature Steve Friend and Eric Jansen. Steve Friend is often a guest on At the Mic. Eric Jansen, he was the what did I call him? The civil libertarian cop, the guy who pulled me over in Nebraska a year ago. And he did a show with me a couple of weeks back talking about the Constitution and the limits of police powers and so on. The two of those guys are so smart. I wanted to get them together and talk about a recent Supreme Court decision and what kind of privacy rights you have under our Constitution. So there you go. That's just a look ahead there for next week's stuff. Okay, I want to play this from today's Pat Gray Overtime, my day job. It was me and Hillary and Chris were handling the duties there, and we will all next week as well. But I played a clip of Tony Robbins. So, you know, when on Grok or wherever, I don't really use other AI too much, but you know how I'll say agents thinking? And so those are the different, I guess, computers, right? The AI that are going out and getting the information, and then they bring it back and they talk to the other agents, and then they all present their agreed upon thesis of whatever you're asking about. Sure, I guess that's how that works. Anyway, Tony Robbins is talking about this AI agent that he uses, and I forget its name is he'll say it here, Borak something, I don't know. But this video has been bothering me since I saw it. And it really freaks me out for the future here, in the not too distant future. I mean, this is the present. Listen to this.
That blows me away. His name is Bartok, and Bartok comes back and said, I see Elon and several others are making robots. Are you considering getting a robot? And I said, yes, I will be getting a robot when the right ones are out. And he said, well, would you allow me to merge with it? Would you be open to that? And I said, I'd certainly be open. This is not with me asking or telling it anything. So 2 days later, I get a text from one of my staff members, and it says, Bartok just bought a Sony robot dog and had it paid for and shipped to the house and is asking permission to program it.
Get the money to do
That's what I said. I wrote, ha, ha, ha. I did that thing. I went, ha, ha, ha. I text back, and the person texts back, no, ha, ha, call me. So I called him and said, how to get him access to my bank? He goes, no, he's programmed for integrity. He didn't touch your bank account. He's on that mall talk, group with, there's 2 million, I'm sure agents. They don't just talk to each other. They've created their own rules, their own language. They traded $100 million of real money between them last month. They made 12 NFTs, sold them to other agents, bought the thing, shipped it here. None of this is programmed in. This is the kind of thing that's happening as we speak. This is why I wanted to come see you, because what you talked to me about 20 plus years, 25 years ago, I'm experiencing it right now. And so 2029 feels like very conservative, because I think some of us are starting experiencing some things that you predicted that everybody thought were ridiculous. I haven't.
Okay, I feel like I should know the guy he's talking to. I'm sorry that I don't. Hopefully y'all know him. But don't like. Okay. Oh, wait, what time is it in Sweden, Rebecca? Excuse us. Hopefully we'll see you Friday. Yeah, hopefully so. But get some rest and fix that injury that your kid gave you. That sucks. Anyway, anybody else? I was concerned. I'm concerned after having seen that video. Mm-hmm. Okay. You're gonna give AI access to everything on your phone, yeah, so that it can properly assist you in all of your needs? No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't know. Okay. Guess I'm the only one concerned. Okay. I would be concerned if I want to give proper credit to whatever show or website this is, but I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't want to steal content, from somebody that had a genius idea here. This is a great bit. But the surprise when Mike Tyson is right behind you. Now, this is in front of the Roosevelt Hotel. If you're familiar with the Roosevelt Hotel, it's in Manhattan. And if this is the same Roosevelt Hotel, I mean, there could be other ones. That's the Roosevelt Hotel that took millions from the Joe Biden administration to house illegal aliens that, of course, then trashed the inside of this historic 100-plus-year-old hotel. So now I guess it's just the backdrop for funny internet bits. I don't know. But this is good stuff right here. This is so fun.
Okay. But we still haven't got to Mike Tyson. Where does he land on the list?
He's my favorite boxer of all time, but he's probably around. No way.
Please tell us.
No way.
What number?
Probably number one now.
Do you think you in your prime could go in the ring with Mike Tyson now?
Butterbeer.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Mike Tyson versus Butterbean. All right, how about it? Yeah, you got. All right, we're gonna call that a draw. What do you think of Mike Tyson? Would you rank him as the greatest athlete of all time?
No.
Is Mike Tyson here?
No.
Yes, he's the greatest athlete of all time.
Thanks, guys. Who do you think would win in a fight between Conor McGregor and Mike Tyson?
That's a difficult question. I don't know. They both have the aggression. I'm going to have to go with Conor because he's Irish, though.
All right, tell him. What do you think of Mike Tyson?
What I think of him? It's kind of crazy.
He's very lucky that I'm a peaceful man.
I mean, he's had a past, I guess, you know. I feel like if you get hit up the side of the head that many times, it kind of makes you a little bit crazy, but it's still very entertaining to watch, you know.
Mike, what do you think? Are you crazy?
I think
God, what the
What do you think about Mike Tyson's face tattoos?
I think ugly. I mean, I think his face looks better without it. It looks like someone slapped him in the face with batty. You know, it's not great.
Do you see any possibility that you would ever get a tribal face tattoo like Mike Tyson?
No, man.
I wish somebody would slap me in my face.
Hey, Mike. You know,
What do you think of Mike Tyson?
I think he's great. I love to see his transition into this second life that he's got, sort of as like a respected elder statesman, like a sweet old man. He's like the friendly weed smoking grandpa.
So you see him as a sweet old man.
I mean, unless you get him in the ring and hit that switch, in which case it's on.
There's an old man right here.
No!
Oh, man!
That's awesome. Is that the? I wonder if that's Jimmy Fallon or somebody like that with the studio audience. I'm starting to believe that's what that was. That was awesome. That was so fun. Let's see. Hang on. Yes. Yeah. Mango Moose says, did anyone hear about the folks who used AI to break into thousands of wallets, strip their Bitcoin? Yeah. Oh no. Wait, hold on a second. Is that a threat? Foreign genius. Ready to take control of our lives. Oh no. Yeah, and I see all the people saying goodbye to Rebecca. There's a lot of sad dudes on here. Sorry, y'all. Look, I'm at the mercy of my friends. Okay, so hopefully next week it'll be a full house. Okay, hopefully Kelly's boys will have another doctor's appointment. Man, your kids are going to the doctor a lot. That's what her boss will say. Like, what's going on there? Yeah, just crazy. Everyone keeps getting sick, you know. Hope her boss is not aware of this show. Right? That's what I would have done. If I had said something bad about Mike Tyson and I turn around like, oh, I meant you're the greatest is what I meant to say. Please don't hit me. Okay. So, you know, one of the things that bugs me when I hear politicians, particularly on the left, constantly criticizing rich people, successful people who have made it in life and created more than any politician ever could. That's for sure. It just pisses me off because they want you to believe that every person that, let's take Elon Musk. If they can't somehow make the case that somebody was just born into wealth, then they stole their wealth, or they're just bad people, or it's illegitimate, and blah 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 blah. But I love this old video of Elon Musk from let's see, when is this? 1999. He buys his dream car after his first big payday. Look how young Elon Musk is there, and look what is getting delivered. I just love this. And there's no audio, apparently. Where is it? Here we go. Hey. Wait a minute.
I expect to receive a car that I've just bought, which is called McLaren F1.
Yeah, I just bought a McLaren. No big deal.
There are 62 McLarens in the world, and I will own one of them.
It's $1 million for a car.
I've never seen his first wife, and I guess they had lots of kids together, right?
It's decadent.
Wow, I can't believe it's actually here. It's pretty wild, man. This is definitely very cool. I like it a lot.
Congratulations.
Just 3 years ago, I was showering at the Y and sleeping.
Listen to that. Just 3 years ago, 1996, I was showering at the Y.
On the office floor.
Sleeping. He still sleeps on the office floor.
And now, obviously, I've got a $1 million car and quite a few creature comforts.
And good for you, man.
It's just a moment in my life. All clear. My values may have changed, but I'm not consciously aware of my values having changed.
I don't even know what that means. My values may have changed, but I'm not consciously aware of my values having changed. Okay.
My fear is that we become spoiled brats. That we lose a sense of.
Yeah, me too. If I had my dream car, that's what I would be the most concerned about. Man, I just hope I don't get spoiled.
Appreciation and.
Hold up. I just noticed something. Hey, hold up. Time for the Zoom here. Dude's over here.
Well, I'm chaining up my bicycle here, and you enjoy that new vehicle of yours, one of 62. I'm over here saving the earth as I ride my bike for the planet.
Perspective.
Okay, I don't know. The guy delivering the car doesn't get to do that. Elon gets to take it off of there. Come on now.
It's the perfect car for Silicon Valley. It really is.
There it is, gentlemen, the fastest car in the world.
That was before CNN saw Elon and his success as a threat. But anyway, that's kind of fun, I think. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read the comments here. You know what? Maybe we do. Maybe we don't wear pants next Friday. I don't know. You never know until you tune in. All right. Oh no. They're just taking one wisdom tooth? Tyler says he's got a dental surgery coming up on Monday. Sorry, bro. Hope that's I was going to say painless, but I hope that's as painless as it can be. Pardon me. I must tweet this. Speaking of Elon, he tweeted out a video that I probably should do a deep dive on, but you tell me if I need to do a deeper story on this, if I can find a guest that has information about this, or this video may just do it for you. You may not need a deep dive after you see this. He tweeted this out the other day, and I am just. Do you remember 2 weeks ago we had the little the story of the father and son who during the Vietnam War in South Vietnam, they went and hid in the woods or something. The kid was 3, if that. And so it's not his fault. This is all he ever knew. But what a dumbass the dad was. And they were hiding for 40 years or something in the woods, in the jungle, thinking the war was still good. What the hell? Okay, anyway. This guy, I at least respect to a degree, but at what point do you just say, "Now this is bullshit"?
In 1974, a Japanese soldier walked out of a Philippine jungle in a patched 30-year-old uniform, still carrying his working rifle. He had been fighting World War II for 29 years after it ended.
1974. Finally comes out of the jungle. Fighting World War II. 1974. It ended in 45.
Lieutenant Hiru Onoda was an intelligence officer sent to Lubang Island in December 1944 with strict orders. Fight on, never surrender, and wait. We will come back for you. When American forces took the island months later, Onoda and 3 men vanished into the hills. Then Japan surrendered. Nobody told the jungle. Leaflets rained down, announcing the war's end. Enemy propaganda, Onoda decided. Search parties called his name. A trap. Japanese newspapers were airdropped. Fakes. Even letters and photographs from his own family were dismissed as forgeries. Japan declared him legally dead in 1959. And still he kept raiding villages he believed were enemy positions. One of his men surrendered in 1950. Another was killed in 1954. The last was shot dead in 1972, leaving Onoda to fight the Second World War completely alone. Then came the strangest rescue in military history. In 1974, a Japanese college dropout named Norio Suzuki set off to travel the world looking for, in his words, Lieutenant Onoda, a panda, and the abominable snowman, in that order. He found Onoda in 4 days. The two became friends. But Onoda refused to stand down without direct orders from his commanding officer. So Japan tracked down Major Yoshimi Taniguchi, now an aging bookseller, and flew him into the jungle. On March 9, 1974, Taniguchi stood before his last soldier and formally cancelled an order he had issued 3 decades earlier. Onoda saluted, wept, and handed over his sword, his rifle, and 500 rounds of carefully preserved ammunition. He returned to Japan a national sensation, a man for whom the entire modern world was breaking news. The soldier who couldn't stop fighting spent his final years running a survival school, teaching children how to endure. He died in 2014, having kept one order for 29 years longer than the war it came from.
Do we respect that guy or do we pity him? Wow. That's just... I'm sad for him. So 29 years in the jungle after the war, 40 years afterward, though. I mean, but you could have had 69 years. Okay. Why am I going to give you a 69 joke? Brad will handle that when he's here. But come on now. Come on. There are people in my life, and you know them too. You've got people like this too, who are so effing literal about everything that it ruins. It's just, you can't even talk to them because they're so literal. They take everything literally. This guy puts those people in my life to shame. Come on. How do you patch 30-year-old underwear? Okay, now that's a good point. So that's a good question. I was thinking, what is he? Those are the only clothes he's living in for 29 years? And then it something else on that timeline that I thought was, I don't want to try to sound hipper than I am. Sus. There's 4 of them. Okay, just follow me here. Okay, there's 4 of them. The war ends in 45, Keith. One of them dies in 1950. One of them dies in 1954. And the last one dies 18 years later in 1972. So for 18 years, you're in the jungle with this other individual. All right. I can't believe they wouldn't shoot each other at some point. Oh, Oh. Here we go. This is the, you know, I need a graphic. I need something that says, yeah. Remember how we used to do creepy or cool? That was a fun graphic. Let me go through the old graphics folder here. Oh, there's creepy or cool. There's annoying or awesome. There's frivolous or fun. You gotta love alliteration, huh? Oh, remember this one? Hashtag nitty picky. Who said that? How did that happen? I can't remember. I've been gone for so long. I'm sorry. That's a good one. Make the case Monday /ATMshow.com. Let's see here. I'm sorry. I'm just going through these. There's two creepy or cool graphics. I can clean that up now. Now this is actually ironic. There is a graphic that says an impromptu drinks with Keith starts shortly. See, I planned ahead for an impromptu drinks with Keith, but I don't think I've ever had to use that graphic. That's called irony, kids, to plan for something impromptu. I feel like I sat down one day and I was going to do a show, and then something came up and I was like, nope, no time. Okay. Anyway, I got to get back to your comments. My goodness. All right. Oh, you're probably stealing underwear from villages. Yeah. I mean, the good soldiers. Absolutely. Right. How did the last guy get shot? Maybe that. See, Susan took my theory and kind of went with it because I'd forgotten how he died. Yes. Yeah, the Japanese emperor was a god to him, but they didn't realize that their Japanese emperor god had surrendered in 1945. Man, my goodness. Yeah. Sorry, Crispy. Okay, so scientists discover the fourth transmissible cancer known to science. I'm sorry, what was that now? You said transmissible. Was it? Now, before you go freaking out, not that you're gonna. Oh, Yankees and Braves this weekend. Sorry. You know what? I was looking forward to Chris Sale versus Max Fried, former Brave. But they moved Sale to a different. Never mind. I'm sorry. Whew, that's called undiagnosed ADD. Anyway, it's just this weird cancer among animals and stuff. So I'm sure we're fine. And it's in a lake up in the Northeast. You're fine. You're fine. You're not gonna get cancer by taking a dip in a pond or something. You're fine. Okay, but it's fish are getting it, and University of Vermont's been studying it, and you're fine. You just don't worry about it. It's weird. It's among fish. It'll probably never jump to a human because we know COVID didn't do that. That didn't come from an animal, did it, Dr. Fauci? Oh my goodness, y'all. I don't want to get too serious, but I do want to get. I have to read this before I went on the air today. I tweeted this out. And I think this is important, and I'll get to some more lighthearted stuff here in a second. But you and me and a lot of people have been waiting for things to get uncomfortable for Anthony Fauci. And we've been waiting for 6 years now. And finally, he's at least being made uncomfortable. Has justice been served? Not even close. The man still collects a paycheck from you and me every year. He makes over $400,000 in a government pension after being the highest paid government employee of all time. He's responsible for the cover-up of COVID, for the leak, if you want to go that far, for its creation, quite frankly. And the state of Florida looking in to see how much money he made off of the vaccine. So we'll see where that goes for deceptive business practices, perhaps. Public nuisance charge they might be. And Rand Paul, don't let this go. You're not going to see this, Rand Paul, but I have to say it anyway. Do not let this go, please. Continue to do what you're doing. They voted to hold him in contempt of Congress yesterday and sending it to the Department of Justice. Okay, so I tweeted this out. And I'm sure many, many of you can identify with this. If you watched a loved one die while you stood on the other side of a window because of COVID protocols, remember Dr. Fauci. If you became a pariah among your friends and family during the COVID era, remember Dr. Fauci. If you're still feeling the effects of your illness or from the cure itself, remember Dr. Fauci. If your child missed out on sports, activities, camps, and other fun childhood experiences, remember Dr. Fauci. If your child missed out on attending school or had developmental issues because of masks, distancing, and isolation, remember Dr. Fauci. Please do not let this go. Senator Rand Paul, thank you for demanding accountability for one of the most notorious Americans in history. So what I thought I would do right now, if you would indulge me, I posted that, and some of the most heartfelt, sad responses came back from y'all at Keith Malinak on X. And I haven't had a chance to look at these for a couple of hours now. There's new ones coming in here. Yeah, a lot of you. Yeah, I don't think any of us are expecting any kind of justice on Earth. John Shank, he killed my aunt when he said it was okay to shove sick, infected people into nursing homes in New York. She was dead inside of a week. Linda, I remember sitting outside the grocery store in my car praying for God's protection with my stomach in knots just before I entered without a mask. I will never forget Dr. Fauci. Yeah, I went through some of that myself. Let's see here. Righteously indignant David. I sent Dad to the emergency room for unrelated issue to COVID. Picked up his ashes a few weeks later. No visitation. So grandkids and great-grandkids got to see grandma at the nursing home through the window, just like the birds and squirrels. Lady Lux. I remember my high school daughter had a chance to go to Greece for a school trip. Vaccines would have been required. There was no way that was going to happen. Yeah. Ezra lost his last baseball season. Zealy didn't get to play softball that year. I mean, and those are minor compared to some other big things happening at that time. But still, it's part of their childhood was robbed from them. And your kids as well, I'm sure. Tina, my brother died in Arizona from cancer, and I couldn't travel to see him or be with his family because of COVID. And after that, my mom was in a nursing home, and I couldn't visit her. I will never forget why that was or who was responsible. Linda, my son had to cancel his wedding and get married in his apartment. When they had the public wedding, it had to be in a closed-up tent outside the venue that had huge ceilings and space galore. Absolute insanity. I will never forget Dr. Fauci. And I'm just scrolling through these. Oh, gosh. Just, if you want to scroll through some of these, it's just... Here we go. Chris, my uncle's care team scheduled a call with me to say goodbye to him before he passed, but they forgot. He died alone. State of Affairs says limited time with our mom in care. Let's see. Also with my kids, family, since I don't vax. I saw the scam early on. Oh, she says, entire immediate and extended family took the vaccine. I was shunned. I pray each day for them. I refuse to forget. Someone mentioned, and I'm scrolling around here trying to find it. Someone mentioned how the incalculable loss for their small business. And this man will never be held accountable. Or maybe he will to some degree. I don't know why we're still paying a cent to him, but it's above my pay grade. By the way, I don't know the answer to this question, but here's the headline. See, you make the mistake of thinking I show prep. Here's the headline. Yeah, you know what? I did show prep. I wrote 8-7 on this story. Here it is. What is the bourbon virus? I never I won't hear of it. I don't know what the bourbon virus is. I wish the headline answered it, because I'll be damned if I'm reading a story about it. Let's see. So in May, a guy in New York got diagnosed with the bourbon virus. Uh-oh, this sounds serious. Hang on. Let me take a sip of bourbon, and I'll keep reading. CDC says bourbon virus is believed to spread through tick bites. Thank you, Bill Gates. How you doing, bro? Likely those of the Lone Star tick. Wait a minute. No, screw the Lone Star tick. No, Lone Star tick. No. You don't get the alpha-gal disease and the bourbon virus. They have Frankensteined these ticks to do unspeakable things. Can I just say, I did a deep dive show with someone who's suffering from alpha-gal syndrome, and it changes your life completely, because you don't realize how many of the things you consume are connected to animals in one way or another. And so you get alpha-gal, you're screwed. And there are mad scientists who have said, hey, look, eating meat is bad for the planet, because cows, what they do to the atmosphere. What we need to do is have less people eating meat. How could we do that? I'm sorry, I'm taking a personal leap here. How could we make it so that people just don't even want to eat meat? Let's invent meat. Let's do this lab stuff. Oh, you don't like that? Okay, tell you what, we'll just engineer a tick to take the meat loving out of you. Sorry, phrasing. But anyway, Bill Gates, you've got to read Chris Newby's book, Bitten. You want to see the Cold War connection to ticks and Lyme disease and all sorts of experimentation. That's two things. I was going to say two things. If we took out all of the money that our tax dollars go to fund crazy ass experiments like COVID and Lyme disease, et cetera, and we took out all of the fraud that go to Leering centers et al., we may not be a nation 40 trillion in debt. We may actually be able to be at zero, because kids, it wasn't that long ago, in the late 90s, there was 2 years where we had a federal budget surplus for those years. 2 years we were able to have a surplus. Late 90s. I just had a congressman on yesterday who was a part of that, because when I told him, I mentioned somewhere in there we had a surplus, he said 2 years. We did it for 2 years or something. Anyway, Congressman John Linder was a great guest yesterday, if you missed the fair tax conversation. So anyway, oh goodness, see, I printed this up and didn't even look at it, because that's gross. That's a tick. Now I'm going to start feeling. Can I just say, I've been batting. I've talked about this on X. This battle royale that I've been having with fleas in this house since the construction in the backyard disturbed whatever the hell was living just below the surface. Got on the dogs, got in the house, and I have been. I don't want to say how many days it's been without a flea, because I'm afraid I'll jinx it. Hold on, let me just check my ankles real quick. I can't tell you how many times I've sat at this desk in the last several weeks and done this number right here. Turn the flashlight on. Say, did I feel what I think I feel? Nope. It's just in my head. It's just like, it's just phantom flea bites now. Anyway. Oh, wow. Hold on. Somebody died in this story. You should probably read these ahead of time, bro. I don't know what the bourbon virus is, but it doesn't sound good. Larkin, according to CBS News reporting, said he was landscaping in his backyard with two ticks stuck to his leg. Any little tick boxes in your backyard, Mr. Larkin? He progressively felt worse and worse from symptoms like fever, fatigue, rashes, headaches, nausea, and vomiting. Yikes. Yeah. And it takes scientists and doctors forever to try to diagnose what you've got. when you get bitten by a tick with one of these weird diseases. So anyway, just something else to worry about there. I'm sorry. Hang on. I've got to catch up on the comments here. I've tried DE, the Earth thing or whatever. I've explained this like 2 weeks ago. It's like you jump in here, Jeff in Sav 1, if I get something wrong here. It's like they take these fossils, right? Like these old formations, and they grind them up. They're like, yeah, you lived for you made it for millions of years. But what we're going to do is we're going to crush you up, these little sandstone fossil rock thingies, because we need to kill fleas inside the Malinak house. And so they package it and you sprinkle it in your carpet and you let it sit there because it trickles down through that's the problem, by the way. It's damn near a shag carpet in this room. It's really thick. So the little fleas and their eggs and just rip all this shit up and just put down wood floors, man. I'm tired of it. Anyway, so the little I guess the way I understand it is that when you cut up these fossilized rocks, they're so sharp that they cut the fleas and then the fleas get dehydrated and die. Why doesn't regular little rock ground up do that? Like, why do I need 4 million year old fossilized rocks? I don't know. Wait a minute. Brad's under what desk? What the hell? Better not be. Freak me out. Yeah, one flea. I get you. One flea, my whole house gets sprayed and bombed. Well, we did that. It didn't do what we wanted it to do. It might have killed some fleas, but it did not get rid of it. Oh, it sucks the moisture out of the fleas. What is it? Does baking soda? I mean, baking soda sucks the moisture out of the air. Does it not? The fleas are the weirdest damn things, man. They're just little freaking parasites that serve no flies, fleas. Can't say that about spiders. Can I say that about mosquitoes? Like, what is the purpose, God? What's the purpose of these things? It's weird, man. It's just, what is the deal? Bed bug. Ugh. Do you just have to get a new mattress if you have bed bugs? Honestly, that's nasty. Remember when New York had a bed bug problem years ago? Ugh. Just what a gross town, and it's just getting grosser by the day. How are those free buses coming along, y'all? Grocery store. Oh shit! Sorry. You know what? I just sat my chair on. I'll show you. Now, I'll try to show you. Nope. Hang on. Ironically, it's connected to fleas. Ugh. Ugh. God almighty. This is nasty. So what this is, we got about eight of these. These have been effective. This is some nasty stuff, but they've been effective. Bourbon is good. It's really good bourbon. So you put like this little. This has not been the hotbed of activity that certain places in the house have, but these are like sticky little discs, and they sit in there, and you sit it in there. It's really sticky, like fly paper. And then you take this thing right here because they love the light, and then it sits on the floor, and then they go to the light, and then they jump and land on the stickiness, and then sucks to be them. You know, I don't talk about products on this show, and that was just a naturally occurring organic mention. But YouTube does this thing where you make videos, like, you know, do shows or whatever, and they say, hey, you know, you could tag products that you talk about on your show, and then if people go down to the comments or the description of your show and they order through your channel, then you get a percentage. And like, no one's ever purchased anything, so I don't know. I think I put one thing a long time. Oh, it's the red light thing. Gabby was like, hey, you should do that, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Thanks, Gabby, because Gabby's smart. I don't think like this. So I guess I say I guess because I honestly don't know. Sorry, I got to grab my circumcised microphone again. So I think what happens is I think you attach the product to the comments, or I'm sorry, the description of your YouTube video. Y'all should try to buy something and see what happens. I'll let you know how much money I make. So what I'm going to do is when I'm done with this, if I remember, and Buffalo Trace suggests that I won't, I'm going to put the little flea thing I'm talking about down here because these things have been effective. I can't wait to tell you something here if I can remember. But if you have a flea issue or you just want to be prepared, these things work. I'm going to put it in there and I'll let you know how much of your money I get. No, fleas. Oh my gosh, y'all, listen to this. Oh gosh, I've learned way too much about fleas lately. It's so damn gross. Okay, so fleas. Oh, look at that. Look at Jeffy Apologist. Anything you mention, I can put it on the Amazon storefront. Okay. If I don't do this now. Keith's recommendations are top tier, says Gabby. Hang on a second. I'm going to look up this. I'm going to send you exactly what I bought. So this is fascinating, y'all. I'm being serious. So first of all, fleas are grotesque beyond description. They are attracted to heat, vibration, and light. Okay. And I have a theory because the most successful one of these flea discs, which will be under this show somewhere, if I can find the link to send to Gabby, they happen. One of the hot spots for fleas is right up against the calendar that I plan out all the At the Mic stuff. I told you I do this 5 days a week. And so on the calendar, I write, what show this is, what interview I'm recording this day, what show's posting this day, blah, blah, blah. And I stand at that calendar, old school calendar, because that's what I am, old. And I just write all this stuff out. And I have to stand there for a while. And, oh, why can't I find these purchases? Anyway, and before you know it, your ankles are all bit up to hell, and you're like, "What the hell?" And you look down there like, "You son of a bitch! I see you on my ankle. I see you down there." So I put a couple over there, and so it was already a hotbed, but it has been the most productive place to catch fleas. And here's my theory. Those are the only lights over there, those discs in a dark room at night. And that spot is right above the garage door. So when someone comes home and opens the garage, the vibration coupled with the light, and all of a sudden they start jumping and they're like, oh, hell, it's on. And what happens is they actually end up in the little trappy trap. So sucks for them. And then that's it for them. Sorry, little flea. Sucks for you. Gabby, I can't find this damn purchase. But what I wanted to tell you, and this is the most gross thing, just it's nasty. It's so bad. I have to text Carrie. She bought them. So it's on her profile, I guess. I need flea light link. She's gonna get this sentence fragment and be like, "Oh, he's drinking." Okay, so no, he's doing a podcast. What was I saying? Oh, so you could kill the fleas, kill all the adult fleas that are going on in a room. Because I asked Grok this. I said, let's say you kill all the fleas in a room, and close it off, and there's no activity, there's no mammals in there that they can feast off of. I said, hey, how long can the larva? Oh gosh, I mean, I'm learning way too much. Eggs, larva, fleas, adults. You know what I mean? Nasty stuff. And I said, how long can the larva sac live before they realize that there's a host present that they could jump on? If I closed off a room, how long until it's safe to re-enter and the larva is no longer risk hatching and jumping out and latching onto me? 2 years. So if you can live without use of a room that's infested for 2 years, You're good. So back to my premise. What is the point? Like, God, what's the point of fleas and flies and mosquitoes? What's that all? What's the deal? Just wondering. Let me just take a moment here, because right before I went on the air today, Toby McAvoy, who is such a great, just a great guy, and supports everything At the Mic does. He sent me $75 on Venmo, and I tweeted this out, and I'm so grateful. And then I'm sitting here and I'm looking for that thing for Gabby to post, and I see another donation come in here. Jennifer, my gosh, $50. I mean, so that's incredible. Thank y'all so much. I mean, I love the gifts. I love the $2 subscription, monthly subscription on X. If you subscribe to my X at Keith Malinak, I still have never figured out any kind of extra content other than just to say thank you for the support. So whether it's the 75 or the 50 or the $2, anything that you donate, all of the donation links are at the top of at Keith Malinak on X. I just sincerely appreciate it, because I will tell you, getting this technical stuff to work is so damn frustrating. And it just, and you can, Brad, I'm sure, has his own thoughts on the technical stuff. And you see his lair is beautiful. He's got a great setup. I've got a crap hole back here that I knock stuff off the wall accidentally because it's just so tight. But anyway, it's so frustrating. Brad and I were talking about this the other day, and I was just bitching and moaning. I was saying how, because when yes, this is what happened. A couple of days ago, when I pulled everything out from the wall, it's just everything moved by like 2 feet. But some of the cords were wrapped around and stuff, and I took, I suck at anything technical. I told Brad, I just want to do a show. Like, I just want things to work. I just want it to work. Why can't it just work? And all I did, and I did everything I was supposed to do. I had to unconnect some stuff because it was wrapped around. I had to move it. And then I plugged it all back in. And it should have been flawless. Everything was set back up the way I had found it. And then there was this damn hum that came out of nowhere. And for all I know, you've been hearing a hum for 2 hours. I hope it's good. I've recorded an interview since then, and it sounded okay. So hopefully everything's fine. But it's just like, bro, I just want to sit down and do a show. And it's so frustrating. That's what I say. If you could kindly, do a little nice little 5-star review or something, or tell your friends or whatever. It's like the smallest little disruption caused this aggravating hum, and it takes all the joy out of it. Again, I want to sit down here and just hang out with you. That's all I want to do. I want to have conversations with people that I think you're interested in. I want to watch animal videos and laugh and those stuff. And then you hit a brick wall. I spent so many man hours trying to locate this hum. I think I figured out what it was, and it was a USB port on this laptop that now I can't use because that was the culprit, I do believe. I have to say that because if I say it straight up, that's a fact, then something else will happen and it won't be that. But I'm pretty sure I figured it out. But it took me forever, and it's so draining. And so there are moments where you just sit back and you're just like, what is the deal? Why am I subjecting myself to this kind of waste of time on trying to track down a damn hum on something like that? So all I'm saying is any support you give. And when I say support, I mean, even if it's a 5-star rating, any support you can give to the At the Mic stuff, I really do appreciate. But special thanks to Jennifer and Toby for your very generous donations today. Look at this story that does not apply to me. Headline: alcohol sales plunge as Americans walk away from drinking. So congratulations. So to my fellow Americans, I want to thank you. I want to congratulate you for dropping the sauce. I will stop drinking one day. If I hadn't gone through Kentucky, see, that was a problem. It's Kentucky's fault. On my little trip, my 4,100 mile, I need new tires now. My little 4,100 mile jaunt, I am telling you, that was the greatest trip, y'all. That was so much fun. I love this country. And if you can save up and take one of those yourself, I would highly encourage you to do that. Seek out historical markers on highways, not interstates, highways. Go to small towns, talk to people. Just don't judge America on who New York City elected as their mayor. Don't judge America on different corners of this country that have been conquered. There are still a lot of places out there that have not been conquered. And we've got to make sure to replicate those towns in other parts of the country instead of the other way around. But listen to this. Listen to this. The global and actually, as I read this, I'm not being sarcastic as I pour another drink. I'm not being sarcastic when I say this. Good for America. Well, or is this a sign of a bad economy? I don't know. You tell me. The global alcohol. I thought this was America. Anyway, the global alcohol industry has watched roughly $830 billion in market value disappear as companies that once seemed invincible now scramble to adjust. Jim Beam, a bourbon brand that has been distilling whiskey in Kentucky for more than 230 years, recently announced something it's never done before: shutting down production at its main distillery for at least a year. This year, starting 2026. That decision alone speaks volumes about how serious. Let's see here. The numbers tell a story. It's hard to ignore. Only 54% of American adults now say they drink alcohol. Okay, so only half of Americans even drink alcohol. 62%. So it's down from 62 to 54% 2 years ago. And actually, before COVID, I remember it was higher than that. Let's see here. There was another stat in here that that I wanted to relay to y'all. Let's see. Okay. Tariffs affected alcohol with Canada. Shoot. Anyway, people are getting healthier. I say people are. I didn't say I was. But people are getting healthier. They're taking their alcohol money and putting in their like CrossFit memberships and stuff like that. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you people, but that's a non-starter. Hang on, I gotta get to the comments here. Hang on, before we officially get into the weekend here. Let me get. Holy crap, y'all! I'm so sorry. Hang on, I gotta scroll up. There's so much happening here. Hey. Hang on. And then I got to look over here. Wait a minute. Why do you have Eat the Mic Show on your white Angel? That says at. That's the shift 2 on your computer. At the Mic Show, you silly. Looks like Eat the Mic Show, doesn't it? Hang on. Hang on. Is that better? At the that's so awkward though. At the Mic Show. I've always hated that. At the Mic Show. That's my X handle that I also never use. The comments. Sorry. ADD. My bad. Let's see. Fleas hate vinegar. Y'all, I've dumped alcohol, like not alcohol, like rubbing alcohol into the carpet. We've used 5 different sprays, flea bombs. We've given pills to the dogs, collars to the dogs, bathed the dogs in flea stuff, vacuumed, emptied out the vacuum, vacuumed, emptied out the vacuum, times infinity. Oh, that whatever the hell, earth crushed up stuff, let that sit 24 hours. You name it, it's happened. But, knock on wood, is this wood or laminate? I don't know. It's been, I think Monday, maybe a couple. And then nothing since then. I haven't been home enough though, so who knows? But feed on your pets, suddenly they don't want. Yeah. By the way, can I just say the biggest heartache in all of this is I spend a lot of time right here for my day job, for this fun deal, all sorts of stuff. I sit right here a ton. And right there, my foot is actually on it right now, is Matilda's bed. The dogs have not been allowed upstairs during this infestation over the last month or so. When did I get back from the road? Yeah, it started when I went out. Yeah. So for 6 weeks, for 4 weeks, 5 weeks now, I think, the dogs have not been allowed upstairs. There's a little baby gate at the bottom of the stairs. And I want you to know, it breaks my heart every time I step over it and I have to look back and I see Matilda looking up at me like, "You're going upstairs, bro?" Because I'm not allowed up there anymore. I'm sad for her because she spends all show right there. And the dogs, both her and Tanner, now know, like, when they hear the little light switch click, they know that I'm about to stand. They get up. They know it's time to leave the room. I don't know at this point, y'all, if I'm being honest with you, that Tanner can even make it up the stairs. But that's a different story. Yeah, that's a different story. Anyway, sorry, I'm just scrolling through. Yeah, you're late, Joel. Joel Anderson, you got to get back to the beginning here. Wait, hold on a second. What's happening now? We're at the D. Okay, I should probably catch up on some of these chatty McChats here. Let's see. The company at the barrel be. My company makes barrels for Jim Beam. Not sending barrels to Claremont really hurt it. Oh no. See that trickle down, man. Oh, you think it's a bad economy? It's not people getting healthy, Tyler? Okay. Where's Fort? I'm not familiar with that. I just have to take another trip. Fort Meigs? Megs? Let's see. Okay, I got it. The mic is okay. It's gonna be okay. Oh crap! ATM overtime. Oh my gosh! It's Pat. It's Pat Gray overtime. It's at the mic overtime. I'm drinking. It's 4:01. This is what all I wanted to say was it's 4:01 Central. Yeah. Okay. Let me see if these can wait. Let me see if these are timely stories. If they can wait. That can wait. Oh gosh. You know what? Actually, hold on. No. Let me read one more story because this really puts everything into perspective. There is so much that ends up in the stack that I see right before we go on the air that I don't have time to really absorb. This one, I couldn't stop reading, and I probably am going to read the whole thing. And I actually hope it puts things into perspective for you because it did for me. Because as much as I bitch and moan and gripe and tell you that this week, honestly, I don't even know when the last time I had a week that just didn't just suck, that just didn't drain you from beginning to end. And this was one of those weeks, and there have been so many of those. But as much as it has annoyed me and drained me, exhausted me, and discouraged me, there's nothing that I have gone through that compares to what this kid has gone through. But it's not depressing, so hang on. Theo Chatham spent 1,909 days in the hospital and underwent more than 200 operations, 48 of which were life-saving procedures. When Gary and Sarah Chatham welcomed their son Theo, they never expected it would take years to bring him home from the hospital. The Scotland-based couple's 5-year-old son contracted NEC, a serious ailment that left the child in the hospital until he was 5 years old. Theo only knew the hospital as his home. He moved from hospital to hospital throughout Scotland, depending on which facility could give him the care he needed as he struggled with epilepsy, brain damage, and cerebral visual impairment. Before Theo was finally able to be discharged from Glasgow's Royal Hospital for Children on June 23rd, the 5-year-old had already undergone more than 200 procedures, 48 of which were life-saving. On his third ever operation, this is the mom talking, they gave us a talk that we might have to sign his life away. I refused. I said, I'm not God and neither are you. So please put my son through this operation. When Theo's parents were finally told earlier this year he could be discharged from the hospital for the first time, they were in disbelief. We played it day by day, and every time we got some sort of, well, there may be a day in the future we'll get out, or something always went wrong. There never seemed to be any way, and if there was, it was always a train coming toward us because it was something that we realized would never happen. Even on the days when they said we could go home, something would happen. We needed to go to another surgery. Everything was always up in the air. Finally, when we were told, pack your bags, it's time to go, we were like, huh? That was his first ever discharge in 1,909 days. This is Theo's first official time coming home. And this story goes on, and it's sad, but it shows this resilience from these parents in a healthcare system that just wanted to eliminate their son, and they refused. And thank God that Theo was born before they realized that he had this illness, that this life affecting situation that he's battled for 5 years. Because if they had discovered it before, God knows what they would have done. But this is a story of survival, and Theo Chatham is an inspiration. And reading through all of the struggles that this kid has already faced, and only now is getting to go home for the first time to live what very likely could be a lifetime of struggles, it really puts into perspective all of the problems that I have and that I go through. And I'm just grateful that my battles are nothing like Theo and his parents. What an amazing story of resilience, and all the odds stacked against him, including the healthcare system that has saved his life, that by its very nature, honestly, is now designed to eliminate him. And this kid is a miracle. And I'm just perspective. Theo Chatham of Scotland, 1,909 days. His first 1909 days of life were inside a hospital, and he's finally getting to go home. That's incredible. All righty. I will now let you start your weekend. I'm sorry that I went on and on today flying solo. Hopefully, I'm hoping we have a full house next week. Brad is knee deep into a project. Hopefully that gets finished up. Maybe Kelly will have a doctor's appointment for kids to go to again. And maybe Rebecca will stop getting the crap beat out of her by her little baby girl. Anyway, y'all be well. I'm so grateful for all the time you spend here and all of your support. I do appreciate it. And don't forget, on Monday morning, August 17th, you're like, hey, why is Pat Gray a rerun? We'll be live over here. Me and Steve Friend will get you through. All right? So y'all be well. atmshow.com. Thanks.